I believe someone was suggesting cutting some amount of iterations for some amount of Flame of Anors. Yeah, I feel that that's not a change I want to make, but I could be wrong. Did the 3-1 split of extra turn cards feel right? I feel like we could maybe play at one more turns card. We have so much like selection. Let's try a second time warp over, and maybe we just play one iteration. I love Flame in the side. Yeah, it does feel like one Flame in the 75 could be good. If you have so many 3-drops, maybe play Wildfires over Moons. Wildfire over Moon kind of okay. Maybe play Flames over the Disputes. I think I'm kind of down for that. Maybe the first Flame just in the main deck is better than the first iteration. Could play like one Flame main, one side. With 8 Wizards, Flame should be no-brainer for sideboard. Well, let's think a little bit about like what our matchup plans are, but maybe we could maybe just not play these Blood Moons at all. Just like against Titan, we can try to. It's just I guess we kind of just have to because we're not fast enough. Okay, here's the problem with Savor the Moment is Time Warp is better with Vivi than Savor the Moment is. And Time Warp is better with every other card than Savor the Moment. So it's pretty tough. Yeah, I know I have 61 currently. I think let's do this. Oh, I think I need one more actually. Yeah, I don't know where the Neoform deck went. It seems like it should be pretty good still. 14 in the main too much. I think that's part of the idea. I think between main decking the extra flame is get the 4th removal spell in there. But for the most part, we're trying to be proactive, and just ignore what your opponent's doing by taking turns a lot of the time, but still have some heat. Yeah, I agree. I think that's kind of the reason to play the first flame, the main. I think this looks good. Like Vivi into Mox Amber is like just such a big burst of mana, and then Matoya Amber lets you like get value off of it immediately so often. Just definitely different. All right, let's keep this and let's try to flip the Tamiyo turn 2 off of double Preordain. Okay, nice. Let's keep one of these lands. I'm interested in both of these. Want to be able to go Vivi, make an extra mana. Rave with the 18 months. Hope you're doing well. Any ranting lately or just raving? Just Talisman. So we're drawing a Channeler, which obviously has the potential to pop off really hard with the Matoya and the Vivi and all that. I am going to go ahead and just I'm going to prioritize an extra mana over the extra card. If they have a K command, they can get rid of the VV, but we've got backup VV. We also, of course, have this Tamiyo ultimate that might happen. Mycospawn? This chat, did you explain why Matoya? Maybe you could just watch for this next turn. Okay, looks like they... Okay, I take that back if they exile my VV. Maybe I don't. Okay. I guess if they Bajuka Bog my Preordain, we might not be able to pop off as much, but looks like they're not doing that. They have another Talisman. My turn. So it would be nice to get to plus the Tamiyo, but we may have to go pick up the Preordain. Yeah, it looks like we do. I guess I probably want to be... Do I want to pick up the Preordain now and activate the VV after? I think yes. This is going to be 1 more mana, 1 less surveil, plus a draw. But yeah, with the potential to find this Mox Amber, which gives us the potential to really, really, really pop off. Yeah, I think we can still consider first. Okay, I guess we brick, damn. Should have played the Channeler? Hard to say. It's still kind of like a new... Like, learning sequencing is very much a thing. If they have all his dust, they've got all his dust, but we're, you know, in really good shape to tank any amount of interaction here besides that. I think you should have cast the DRC the turn you cast Bauble. Oh, sorry, yeah, I just missed that I had the mana to do that. That would have been, that would have almost definitely won the game. On the turn you played Vivi, it got a counter. Yeah, that wasn't like playing around anything. I just, for some reason, forgot the mana. I was too focused on the following turn. So Vivi's down. That should be pretty okay as long as they don't get rid of Matoya also. They do make 3 spawns, so they could get rid of it. Because we don't need to minus the Tamiyo anymore, or not right now. Maybe we should anyways. Yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to respond to a K command with the consider. Alright, so this is 1 mana, scry to surveil to draw 4. So I haven't played my land yet. In order to like win the game this turn, we need to hit a Mox Amber and a Trespass, but that seems pretty doable. I think I'm gonna graveyard this, since it's not a Mox Amber or a Trespass, and we're just drawing infinite cards here. Can't say no to any 0 drop though. So it's going to just make a blue since this K command's going to resolve. There's the Trespass. So we have many looks for a Mox Amber. Hope we find it. Yeah, there it is. There's another one. So top, bottom. We haven't played our land this turn, so we get to go. Play land. Guess we could have played the Strand. Sorry for rhyming. Could take a lot of extra turns, but just the DRC is going to be lethal next turn. I guess I need to make sure I maintain Delirium. I need to do this now because I'm floating mana. Nice. Yeah, 4th Amber. Glad we added it. How's Lantern Control matchup? We won Lantern Control earlier. You weren't here. I asked where you were. Flame is good if they're on Chalices. We'll play 2. I think I've got 1 Time Warp. 1 Bauble. Would it be better to stack the Vivi trigger above the Surveils in case you want to make mana response, or is that never happening? I think at that spot it was never happening because we didn't play the land first, so we probably should have played the sync first so we could have like considered again in response. Is Lantern Control even a thing? No, but there are like a handful of like diehard fans of the archetype who you run into every once in a while. It was a good matchup. I guess we keep this. I might want to be saving the Bauble for the Vivi turn. We'll see what happens. Our Bowmaster's not played. Well, we have some removal spells for it. It's not a very common card. We played against a black-white player who came in and told me they drew both of the Bowmasters. And they did have 2, but it was that was tough to run into. I think I'm actually keeping both. Is Neoform good in Pioneer and or Modern? There's a good Neoform Modern deck. We are just talking about it. I don't know what the hell's going on in Pioneer. Anybody play Pioneer in the last 6 months? What's going on? They reveal a Writhing Chrysalis, and then they Stirrings again. And they reveal a K command. They don't currently have mana to cast the K command, though. I think I'm bottoming both of these. So they play a Chrysalis, which does give them the ability to cast a K command. Mox Amber would be pretty good. Another Trespass. I think I'm holding the Bauble for the Vivi next turn. It's a little greedy. But they got the K command, so I'm kind of, this is our bait. So they reveal a Cavern of Souls. Is there a world you hold up Flame and Sync? Maybe. I don't really mind just baiting the K command, but that could be better. All right, so they make spawns. This is a very large, potentially in charge. They could sack a bunch of spawns and like have lethal next turn, but they probably don't want to. So hopefully they don't have a second K command. Not like anyone's ever beaten a second K command. I'm going to see my top card as a Consign. If it is, I'll play the Sync untapped. It's not, so let's play it tapped. Four cards in their hand. Please don't World Breaker me. They rumble. The rumble reveals an Emrakul, and that they take the Emrakul, and I'm assuming they can cast it here. And they can flashback this K return, assuming they can cast it. I'm not sure they can. They have Instant Kindred, Sorcery Land, Artifact. That probably is enough. They cast Devourer instead. So they exile the Vivi, and then do they K return the Tamiyo? Looks like exactly enough. Yeah, interesting. That seems like they didn't cast it. I don't know if they miscounted, or I don't know if they couldn't cast it. They also decided to leave me with Tamiyo, which is awesome, I guess. So, although I don't think we are going to be able to go Flame into Trespass. Hold on. So if I guess we have to cast Preordain. So I need one more thing in the yard. Ah, third Trespass. All right. Oh, I guess. Yeah, the sack clue token to fetch is still one short. All right, game 3 on the play. Kind of want second Time Warp over second Flame on the play. Let's try that. Let me go pee real quick. Wait, oh, sorry, I meant to cut the second Flame. Okay, good catch. Okay, let's go on the play. Game 3. I'm certainly keeping. And it's really cool. Opponent's on a multi 5. I think we gotta keep the Bauble for turn 2 to trigger the Vivi. I think I'm also playing one of the Ambers turn 1, because if my opponent goes Ugin's Lab Talisman, I'll consign a Talisman. Okay, that's great. So now we get to go Steam Vents, Vivi, Bauble. Okay. Opponent says, I'm good. I'm good. That's valid, I guess. Pretty land heavy, but we could maybe flip Tamiyo turn 2, so let's keep. Deck link updated. Let me make sure. I thought I updated it. Sometimes like I forget to click submit. 2 trespass, 4 mox. It looks up to date to me. Flames on the side. Looks right. Overgrown Tomb in my modern format. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm not heating the Arbor. I know Reduke told y'all in 2015 to always bolt the bird, but I think I gotta flip this Tamiyo here. I might get to go double heat plus Tamiyo next turn, which seems pretty fine. Oh, I missed the Young Wolf Avatar. Okay, I think they're here to get the carpet set up, so I gotta mute real quick. Okay, are y'all slamming Vivi here? I think the Vivi is too fragile to a Yogg. Mike is... Oh, I think... Test. I think I unmuted the mic, the webcam mic on accident. Let me check if this is the right one. Yeah, looks right. 4 green mana here. Green sun for a grist. So we could maybe go Tamiyo minus pick up Unholy Heat, heat the grist next turn. And then also cast the Consider. Oh, of course they killed that Tamiyo instead. So we could maybe consider into a Mox Amber or a 1-mana cantrip, which would let us flip the Tamiyo again. This doesn't let us flip Tamiyo. Oh, it does let us flip Tamiyo because we can sack the clue now. Nice. I think I cracked now to make a smaller window for Bowmaster to happen. Is DRC no longer the tempo 1-drop of choice? We have 4 DRC in this deck. They definitely go really well with Matoya. As far as tempo 1-drop of choice goes, you know, tempo in Modern these days mostly means that you're playing like Dimir Frog. That's been, you know, the choice thing for a little while now. But here it is. I mean, this is free and deals a damage. It grows my Vivi, so yes, please. Oh, they got a cord for Bowmaster, maybe? No, they would cord for Yogg, wouldn't they? Well, why didn't they cord for a Yogg main phase? I don't understand. They also didn't ping my Tamiyo, not that that probably matters all that much. Yeah, first let's define tempo. 3 words or less, or 200 words or less. Keep that on top. Maybe they're not playing Yogg in the deck. Sometimes they don't. Yeah, we can go DRC into Trespass. I think that's fine. Well, yeah, I guess it's sad. We're just... Oh no! I could have kept the Matoya, and then I could just surveil to start the loop. I guess it's not going to be that big a deal. So don't want that. Do you want that? All right. Yeah, the turns are so cool in this deck. It's like really special to just be like very proactive in a show like this instead of controlling. So I want the flames, especially against against the Yawgmoth Agatha's Soul Cauldron deck. I want the 4th copy of Unholy Heat. I think I want to trim a Time Warp, probably, maybe 2. Preordain's, and I'm trim a Preordain and a Bauble, I think, against the Bowmaster deck. Let's just run this. I don't like Lantern. Fire Magic has its moments, but I think we have with 7 removal spells is probably enough. Could be good to go like play 3 Time Warps on the draw, but let's try this. They look pretty good that game. We're on the draw. With a hand, I'm gonna keep. It's a little risky bisky, but I think on the draw, keeping a higher upside, riskier hand is always fine, or you're more often fine. So they do have a Fatal Push, which makes this keep worse. Does fuel the Trespass. This card, I don't read this as Fatal Push. I do not understand in my brain that this is a Fatal Push. Maybe one day I will. Okay, they rumble over 3 lands and a Dredger's Insight. They do choose Dredger's Insight. I'm going to Preordain here. Let's go ahead and keep the Consider. For some reason, I feel like they're going to brick on this. Okay, I don't know why. They almost did. They had a Catacombs and a Halfling. Yeah, Battle at the Bridge. That's also the card I see. Okay, they choose to put Verdant Catacombs into their hand. Then they play this Delighted Halfling. Spike clearly never played FF5. I've never played any of the FFs. I think we graveyard this Tamiyo. It's not super clear. But, I mean, mostly just need a land, not really rocket science. So keeping this gives me 1 extra look at a land. I think I'm going to bin it. Alright. Classic Izzet. Did not find a red land. We did find a land, though, which is better than not. 4 cards. Grist. Mills and Endurance. Another copy of Dredger's Insight. They mill a Cauldron, a Verge, a Wall of Roots, Young Wolf. I don't think this... can this get an artifact? It can get an artifact. So they do choose the Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So if I if I play Grist, or if I play Vivi, it just dies to Grist. This is not good. I have to just draw 2. Might have to settle this in game 3. Cosmic with the 13 months. Also, how bad is the banging from the carpet install? Let me try turning up the noise filter. The noise gate. Cosmo with the 13 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Let me see if I can get it gated complete. Test. Okay, it looks like y'all can't hear it. We ended up sticking with Home Depot. I wish... I don't love the... I haven't loved the product. Imper Hell Tyrant. Yawgmoth Ram Physician. Why does it look like a bad okay, it looks like a talented deviant art. Okay, Mox Amber. That actually works kind of okay. I thought you were going to sell the carpet myself. I tried. It was harder than I thought it would be. So, all right, 0-dropper land is what we need. We don't find either of them. So I guess I'm just going to go trade a Vivi for a Grist and try to set up for Vivi Trespass in a future. Oh, they just have the Cauldron. Trailing off. Yeah, I mean, it's tough with the noise gate. Let me see if I can get it. Testing. I'm just I'll try to speak louder. That should be a little bit better. Put Mike back to where it was. I mean, it's right there. I can't really get it much closer. I haven't seen the carpet. The guy is starting now. I don't know. He came midstream. Double tap land. Let's go to 6. Okay, keeping this one. Gonna put back the trespass. Gonna try to lead on a surveil turn 1. Alright, graveyard this. Come on! Is it? Let's go. Yeah, I already ripped up the carpet, the tack strips, and the pad. So yeah, maybe it won't be that long. I was trying to get them to come after the stream, but it didn't really work on the schedule. Okay, halfling, wall of roots. Okay. So we get to go Vivi, Amber, consider off the Amber. If we find a 0 off the consider, we can also flame this turn. We find a heat. Kind of hard to say no to that. Feeling like Hamilton, I can't say no to this. So not a bad start. If they have a Grist and they kill the Vivi, it's not ideal. Hopefully they just cast a Yawgmoth. That would be best case scenario by a lot. That kind of looks like what they're doing. Maybe they're green setting for a Grist. Yeah. Less than ideal. They do lose the Wall of Roots. Our Vivi is dead though. We can draw 2. A Tamiyo could be good. We could take a turn. I think I'd rather like draw something before we take a turn, of course. So let's just surveil this turn, I think. Okay, Dredger's Insights, the Mill, Yawgmoth, Spymaster's Vault, Wall of Roots, Court of Calling. Mill's Dryad Arbor. They chose Spymaster's Vault. Okay, so this one is going to be really, really nice if we can consider into another 1-mana cantrip. Oh wait, I guess we won't be able to also trespass. But let's keep that, I guess. And then I'd like to trespass here. Keep the flame in the yard. I might want to keep a creature for Delirium. Seems like we got plenty of good instants. Guess just keep the flame. They do have a Fatal Push, which is not super duper ideal. Gonna play out both of these. Would love to have just a spell in our hand. Don't just have a spell in our hand. If this, if this kills the Grist, then that's not the end of the world either. There's a Cauldron with Yogg in the yard, which is very bad for us. I don't know why they didn't main phase Cauldron here. Did they not have a Yogg in the yard? They just don't. Shout out Final Fantasy. A lot of insane top decks. Just any non-creature spell lets us go off really hard, and we didn't draw any of them. Yeah, I thought one of the Final Fantasy arts was Yogg. There's a Yogg. Dang. So it might be 1-1 here. So let's... Dang. With that green Surveil card, we go with Matoya that turns into a 4/4. What card is that? Yeah. Like for the most part, you just want to stay Izzet though. I go ahead and surveil. Could be oops all spells. I want to bottom both. We really like a Mox. It's a Mox. So if this is oops all spells, you really don't want to see a mana rock this turn. I've got the best mana rock. Search doesn't surveil. The fetch land, the surveil lands do. Oh, search for his Kanta. Yeah, just oops all spells. If I draw a fetch land, I can go Matoya into Trespass. I don't think I can sink anything while they're comboing to stop them from getting. Alright, so we'll see what their build is like. Probably pretty cool. Profits, I did remember to one-shot people after Matoya and DSC Drippers cards. Well, that's what the Time Warps do. Always nice when you can play the stuff after instead of before, too. It looks pretty normal. They were going to get Creeping Chilled a bunch, and we're going to get Vengevine to death here. After they return Salvage Titan. There's one Vengevine. The other two are at the top. Actually, I think I go to one, don't I? I only see two Vengevines in the yard. Maybe I'm missing one. There's one. Okay, I did miss one. So if I had played this second Tamiyo, maybe I win. Oh, they have the Memories Journey. Okay. Okay, so let's bring in the Soul Guide Lanterns. Consign to memory. It doesn't stop Undercity Informer's activated ability, but it can stop some triggered abilities, and maybe we'll stop them. Also, kill a mana rock, draw 2 slows them down a lot. We want to cut all the heats. I think I go down 1 time warp. Cut 4 more. Cutting 4 more is tough. We go down 1 more of these. 1. 3. Insane Subs Vengevine. Yeah, it's kind of tough though because they memories journey you after, but maybe just stopping the Vengevines means they can't really win. This hand gets to see a lot of cards. Having potentially turn 3 Flame on the play lets me kill mana rock and then like keep it moving. I think I'm gonna keep on. Oh yeah, Flame is target player draws too. Okay, well I guess we'll probably try to do that. Flame seems slow. Their decks, it's a turn 3 deck. This is a turn 3 card. It's fine. I gotta graveyard that. I don't have Tamiyo in play already. Kind of can't keep Island, unfortunately. I need the extra mana. Fire Magic for Vinci. So it's 6 mana to kill Vengevines, which is so I can play Vivi this turn, or I can flip Tamiyo this. I think I probably want to flip. So I can pick up the Flame next turn. Yeah, Consigning Narcomoeba was to be good. I think I can graveyard this. I can pick it. Picking up the Flame seems pretty safe. I guess maybe it's 2 damage. Although if they go second defense grid, maybe I wanted it. Them playing Rumble is pretty interesting. On a card I would kind of expect them to have, but it does make sense. We'll see if they know that I can just make them draw. think I shocked this. Maybe it looks like make it look like I've got other stuff up too. You know, a lot of people have talked about Vivi. Like, I just hate when you have a card like Reckless Charge that it doesn't like win you the game with Vivi. In fact, it leads to blowouts with removal spells, and then it also like it also it isn't good with any other card in the deck. So I don't know. Wait, target player draws two. Oh, right, I can only choose one mode. Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to be goofy and kill my own. Fun. Yeah, I do remember when Creeping Chill was my most hated card. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna go up on Consider so I can have instant speed interaction plus cantrip up. All right, Flame of Anor, good against Doom Soul spells. Well, my opponent's on a mold of 6. I think we keep this because we can dig a lot. We're also on the draw against a mulligan. What's my most hated now? I don't know if there's any card I super hate playing against in Modern. Oh, never mind. Oh, sorry. I thought I cracked the bubble. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, this is good that I drew this. Yeah, my least favorite card is the second copy of Amulet of Victory. Okay, we keep this so we can go Matoya, draw a card, and hold up Consign next turn. No hate for K Command. I have a love-hate relationship. It is like super duper egregious. But, you know. I could consign this trigger. Let's not. Matoya Flooded. Keep this since it's just 0 mana draw card. Already played land for turn. Graveyard that, I think. Could be a little greedy to graveyard that. Maybe it's better. I'd probably better leave up Steam Vents. Not the biggest deal ever. I guess I don't want to trade 1 damage for 3. Yeah, so I had to add a noise gate because they're installing carpet. Good news is we'll be upstairs tomorrow, hopefully. It's going to be a lot, moving everything in and out, but I'm going to do my best tonight. When you were designing this deck, at what point in the design process you decided to go towards the turns plan? Well, it wasn't necessarily this build so much as it was that we've played other VV decks that play Trespass. We have this Izzet build, and that build has just been like phenomenal. Or maybe I should say Trespass has been really good in that build. I've been really, really impressed by it, and to me, like, I really see VV as a card that plays like you want to have some extra turn effects in all of your VV decks. It's not even that this is something we're doing in this deck specifically. It's more that, are you a VV deck? Then you probably want to be taking some turns. Oh, sorry, I guess we should have attacked. Excited. I think we don't have another Surveil land. There's one that I got exiled. We're just playing 3. Yeah, it's a good draw, obviously. Yes, please. Oh, thank you. As 8-3 jumps for like too many. It feels a little high, which is why I was reserved to add the Flame of Anors that we added. But I think it's but maybe still Domain Zoo. Back when I still watched TikToks, there was like a song that was like Capybara, 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 Capybara. Flip a Bauble. Boo. Although if they crack it, it'd be easier to have a Delirious Channeler here. So if I preordain into untapped land, I have a Delirious Channeler. I think I'm going to do that instead of trying to surveil something for the Channeler here. Don't think they can cast that off the Ragavan, so I think we just want to have something they can't get for value. What do you think of Amori Coffers? I mean, it is not a good way to build coffers even. It's like the card Amori just sucks. It's not like a Karuga or a Luris or a Gigantha that gives you, or not Gigantha, or a Yorion that gives you card advantage. Amori is just like, it's just so weak. We have played Amori Coffers. It's cool that it can win. Modern's in a good spot right now where you can play big goofy stuff like that and do somewhat well with it. But I certainly do not recommend that you start off your day saying I'm going to register Amori Coffers. Expect it to be an optimal way to build a deck. Yeah, companions are broken, but like it's just I feel really confident I would rather play Card and Fatal Push in my Coffers deck. Again, Blood Moon can be kind of awkward against them if they just have a single basic. I think I'm going to cut both Time Warps, going to cut a Bauble. I kind of consider, I want at least the first copy of this. Let me go down 1 Amber. Let's try this. I think that if you think Amori Coffers are cool, you are definitely right. If you want to play Amori Coffers in leagues, challenges, FNM, that's fine. If you're trying to maximize your win rate, that's not the deck you should pick. But you can have a positive win rate with it. You can be the Amori Coffers guy. You don't have to engage with Magic through the lens of I have to play a good deck. Well, happy to see no ley line, but that's... But it'd be pretty cool if they lightning bolt this Tamiyo. I get to flip it in response with Consider, although I guess that's not all that... Totally okay trading this for a stub, so I'm just going to main phase it. Let's keep one of these, not both of these. There's not a lot I would want to Unholy Heat, but I think we'll just like keep up. Yeah, as far as I know, nobody has become the de facto Splinter Twin guy. I've been kind of wanting to cast a Splinter Twin. Although they keep printing all these better Izzet cards. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna consider here so I can get Delirious. I don't know, maybe this was... Okay. I think I'm keeping backup Matoya, actually. It's like, eat this. Next turn we go DRC, Bauble, Matoya, draw a card. The backup. Maybe you can fix Wintermoon Twin. Wintermoon Twin sounds pretty cool. The problem with Wintermoon is, like, it's a 2-drop that isn't good on turn 2. It's a 2-drop that isn't good in multiples. It's a 2-drop that you built your deck around that isn't good in multiples. It's very bad with... it's a nombo with Cleansing Wildfire and Ghost Quarter, I think. Unless you're like, I'm only going to target my opponent's basics with these, which is... I guess. Yeah, but it's just too many Winter Moons. Cool idea. Yeah, I have like Winter Moon as like a singleton Karn target sometimes. Have our backup now. And plus to 8 gets hit for 4. I think that's okay. Gets hits for 3. Down to 5. Does die to a flames, but that's also okay if that's all they do this turn. Okay, that was worse into this. Any Noctis, Vexing Bauble, Aether Reservoir Chanting. I don't know what Noctis is. Block. No, I need this in play for the Matoya. You probably said that before this got binding. I share with you my Jeskai control list. We do deck techs in between rounds of challenges that we've had some problems in the past with. I keep this because if I draw land off the Bauble, we can cast the Consign and keep our DRC. We've had some problems with too many decks being submitted at once, so we do them only sparingly now. Sorry. I'm gonna main phase it, so it's not like we get to do the Bauble trick here. Okay. We're gonna lose our Channeler. They're drawing a copy of Leyline Binding next turn. Not ideal. So they probably should surveil first, looking for a flames. They don't do that though. But 5 life. I cast this first, so maybe that's right. Now, I mean the Vivi I guess wasn't doing the most anyway, so I need to find an Unholy Heat. And exactly Heat I can't preordain into it. I guess I'm technically alive with this, so not concede. Draw like a Flame of Anor kind of in there, and they have to have nothing this turn. Yeah, I think the new Tezzeret seems like made for the Dice Factory archetype. Alright, so they surveil land in the yard, that's step 1. Also, if Gigantha were still legal, we would be dead this turn. They would have put it into their hand and hasted it here. Might be dead anyways. We're at 1. They did draw a land. Flame of Anor. Alright, Vivi might look like it has flying. It does not have flying. So let's play for the 3-2. Okay, Noctis. You may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, it enters with a finality counter. Well, the fact that you can't loop it seems also 4 mana. Should be cool with Okay, on the draw for round 5 here. Am I done brewing with Aerith? I don't think so. I regret not finishing that last league we were playing with Aerith. It was going pretty well. I turned 1 3/3. I'm interested in playing some more Aerith. So if we get, Leyline, Nacatl, Scion on the draw, we'll probably lose this one. You see what they're drawing. Bolts. Good card to know about. I think we are graveyarding this for Delirium. Although maybe that didn't make sense because they're going to bolt the Channeler. Okay, we found a backup Matoya anyways. Probably can concede to Scion if they have it. Thankfully they don't have it. So probably ends up bolting the Channeler here. Hitting me for 3 down to 14. 2 cards left in their hand. We don't really need to heat this because we have the Matoya as a 1/4 to block. Wondering if a deck built with Soul Cauldron as a plan that uses Aerith Ballista could be a thing, like Abzan. Well, I mean, that's what we played last week with Aerith. Okay, the plan of not killing this is not good against them having double flames as the last two cards. I think with my life total being as low as it now is, let's just go ahead and heat the Nikado. If they had Kavu instead of flames, it was like obviously a disaster to heat. They have a binding. You can make a pile of Aerith, Cauldron, Savines, Reclamation Ballista, Symbol of Hull combo. Yeah, pretty mana intensive. It also like is very face up. Why is Aerith better than Heliod? It's less mana intensive when you Cauldron Ballista onto it. And like the biggest thing is that Aerith is a gigantic life-linking creature instead of 3 mana do nothing that telegraphs that you're trying to combo off. Like Heliod is 3 mana, don't impact the board like 9 times out of 10. Okay, they kept the card on top. That's bad. That's kind of the only beatable card that could keep on top, maybe. But like Aerith, like just like with Guide of Souls, also probably becomes this gigantic life linker, which is not a bad place to be. So let's try to go Preordain into. Okay, do I have a third basic island? It looks like I do have a third basic island. Just double check. So let's go bottom 1, draw 2. Walking a tightrope here. Guess maybe I could have left creature in for Delirium, huh? Hard to say no to a Channeler here. Yeah, I think I have to go just cast the Channeler, then cast the Amber. Then we're going to be dead to a fetch land, but they didn't play a land last turn. Okay, might as well keep that. Okay, I guess we might as well try to fish for one more Mox Amber to win a game that we otherwise can't beat if they have a. Yeah, so if this is a Mox Amber, we win. Okay, it's not. Okay, let's keep up heats for a hasty Kavu instead of anything else. Like let's just attack. Dead to a fetch land, dead to a bolt, dead to a flames. Ah, there's the fetch land. What's the most promising Cecil build? The last one we played was good. There was a build that was kind of that build plus Tamiyo that top 8'd a challenge that also did well. So close. If I had killed the Nakatl instead of playing around Kavu, then we I think would have won this game because we could just heat the Flage, and we would have been at 3 more life. So down a game against Domain Zoo again. This was how we sideboarded last time. Trim an Amber, trim a Bauble, trim a Consider, cut both Time Warps into Flames, and the 4th Heat into Consigns. Tap Emperor for DRC. I think it's... I just said this, but it seems to me to be better to hold up red for Heat so they can't go Haste, Kavu, Loot into Lightning Bolt. That seems way better than casting another DRC that turn. Just play Aerith with Heliod, Feeder, and Cauldron. Feeder is something you actively want under it anyways. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Wait, I guess Aerith, Cauldron, Feeder is also good, huh? We didn't talk about this last time, but yeah, that's also infinite life, isn't it? I will say, like Spike Feeder, Heliod are not cards I'm usually very excited to register, but maybe with Coco it's more interesting too. Yeah, I already activated Vivi. Since they played Arena of Glory, didn't cast Kavu pre-attack, I think it was a signal to use the heats. Yeah, I think that is a good read. Oh, dude, Deafening Silence is always so insane. I think I am keeping backup Vivi. Yeah, I think that's a good call. The Arena of Glory not being hasted. Fun game. Do I think something should be banned? I think I'm okay this time around. Modern's just in a good space at the moment. I'm not out for blood right now. I think we're playing Matoya to be better against a Flage or a Bolt. They also said that they weren't going to ban anything, so I think instead of screaming on the internet about how they should, I'm just going to enjoy a good modern format, you know. I'm having a lot of fun right now. I don't really feel like whining about bans. Is there an actual Storm deck in Modern? There's a couple different versions. There's Ruby Storm, which is I think good and underplayed. It is something I would recommend. Okay, looks like we played against Flage. Okay, this turn. There's stuff like Belcher, like mono red Belcher and blue Belcher, which are like red Belcher is closer to Storm adjacent, but it's a little bit different. Not a lot besides that, I guess. So I am kind of saying I'm not going to get to Unholy Heat anything, but 2/3/3 DRCs do block really well this turn. Maybe able to find like a Consign also. What is the worst card for them to unban? Nadu. I can't play that this turn, so let's just get Delirium. Modern is diverse, equates to healthiness. It doesn't always equate to healthiness, like it's part of it for sure, but for me the big thing is that games are currently really good in Modern, in my opinion. I'm just having a lot of fun playing the games, and that's kind of simple, I guess, but it also doesn't need to be more complicated than that. Okay, so my opponent is at 12, and I have a Trespass and 2 Delirious Channelers, so maybe what I could do this turn is chump block a Kavu with Matoya, draw a bunch of cards off this Consider, and then try to just kill them with the Trespass. Yeah, you usually want to board in at least the first Dress down against Domains if they have it. It just kills Kavu. It doesn't do much else besides that. I guess it can let you kill a Scion if it has hexproof. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we need more cards than this necessarily. Although I know y'all won't love that. Only one a turn. Or one non-creature spell a turn. So there's a Kavu, which means I can't just Trespass into a victory here. So I guess I go... Oh, I can't go Vivi Heat because I don't have a basic mountain. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I guess I kind of need to go Trespass this turn, don't I? So I can set up for that, so I don't lose to single bolts. Yeah, they might have Stub. I don't think we can beat that, though. So this lets me go Vivi Flame... Kill 2 things next turn. Heat Draco attack, Heat Kavu with their turn. Well, I'm still losing to a Burn Spell, so I don't know why I would want to do that instead of cast an extra turn effect this turn. I could maybe get Undelirious though off the Trespass on purpose. Let's see if we can do that comfy. So I have 5 types. So like I remove instant, creature. Looks like they have the Stub. Okay, well it definitely popped off a lot. Not great against Domain Zoo, maybe. It also allows 2 matches there. Really interesting archetype. I definitely want to keep playing Vivi or turns effects in my Vivi list. It does seem like the Steel Cutter Mox Opal build performing better. This curve is a little high. Glad to return to Matoya. I think that is it for me today. I'm going to be working on getting the new stream room upstairs set up. We're working on some Sephiroth lists. I don't know if we're going to play any more Esper Origins, but I guess if I just spend so much time setting up tonight, that might be like on the